I would like to raise a point of parliamentary inquiry.
Please state your inquiry.
Under House Rule 4.01, Order of Business, subsection 1, subsection C, courtesies. This is not defined by our House rules. Can the chair or can the speaker please define what is meant by courtesies? As it seems lately we have changed the custom from what was previously the custom.
Thank you for your point of inquiry. I think you are correct in that the rules of the House leave very little understanding or guidance, and there has been lots of custom and practice on this floor. I believe that the courtesies that are given in the intent to notice and pay respect to Oregonians and individuals inside this building and outside the building, so I've allowed them to stand.
Madam Speaker, I would like to extend courtesies to you for all of the hard work that you've been involved in this very difficult session, so thank you. Secondarily, I want to join in giving courtesies to all of my colleagues who showed up for work today. That seems to be a trend here. And I want to quote something from the Medford Mail Tribune. They wrote today, Republicans in the Oregon legislature apparently have decided they no longer need to participate in the process of lawmaking when things don't go their way. They just leave and block every bill. To everyone on the House floor, thank you for being here to participate in the process and working through things even when they get difficult. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to extend courtesies today to the House Republican Caucus staff. I don't think I've seen this many staff on the floor since opening ceremonies. And despite their boss's absence here today, I'm so glad to know that they are still doing the people's work. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to extend courtesies to all of the staff here today. It's got to be a deeply frustrating week to be serving the public for them, and I'd like to say that it's really good to see them all here working for the people of Oregon. Thank you.
I wrote a little ditty on my journey down to Salem today. Oregon, my Oregon, you deserve so much better than this. This hit to democracy feels not a win, but a huge miss. We promised Oregonians with our word and our oath to be present, work together, for urban and rural both. Good leaders don't spread fear and wrongful misinformation. Oregon will be better off not taking cues from the prez of our nation. Leaders that lead make choices that are tough. They keep the boat steady when the waters are rough. So stand up for your values and be strong and be a strong voice. Not showing up, well, that's simply not a good choice. Thank you.
Colleagues, I'd like to extend courtesies to Hillary Borage. She's the Capitol Bureau reporter for the Oregonian. Her reporting yesterday highlighted the critical services that will go underfunded if this costly walkout continues. You can see a copy of her article on your desk. Thank you, Hillary. Please extend her courtesies, and thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today I want to extend courtesies to the Oregon Food Bank. Since 1988, they have been working to eliminate hunger. Last year, they distributed 95 million pounds of food. They distribute through a statewide network of 21 regional food banks and approximately 1,200 food assistance sites serving all of Oregon and Clark County, Washington. That is 800,000 food insecure people served last year. In 2019, Oregon Food Bank asked their clients what would make food assistance less necessary. They were told employment, better jobs, and higher wages and affordable housing. Last week they wrote, quote, "At Oregon Food Bank, our mission is to eliminate hunger and its root causes. We pursue this goal in two key ways. We connect people across the state with the nutritious food they need today, and we work to address public policies that drive hunger and poverty. The walkout places both aspects of our mission squarely at risk. There's so much more at stake in this legislative session than a single bill or policy proposal. If the full legislature doesn't show up to do its job, critical services don't receive necessary support. Without a functional and inclusive democracy, more people face hunger and houselessness. There is no other venue to bring these issues to the table, and walking away from that table over isolated policy differences is an abdication of responsibility to our communities." Thank you.
That statement went on to say, "Our statewide network of food banks is incredibly fortunate and proud to have earned the support of a broad bipartisan coalition of elected leaders. But we have no hope of achieving our shared mission to end hunger when half that coalition refuses to show up for work. No discussion or decision-making takes place when lawmakers don't show up to make laws." End quote. It is a politically inconvenient fact that the walkout has jeopardized social services and funding. But the Oregon Food Bank works to eliminate food insecurity, and here in Oregon, 1 in 5 kids and 1 in 8 individuals experience hunger. In exchange for staying true to their mission, regardless of politics, Oregon Food Bank is being criticized and attacked in social media. As a board member, I'm disappointed that such a venerated institution has to weigh in on even the basic functioning of government, but it's something that Oregon Food Bank increasingly has to play a role in. From last year's Senate walkout to the federal government shutdowns and new federal cuts to food stamps, I'm sure that these are not inactive public policy positions that they relish.
Morning, Madam Speaker and colleagues. Please extend courtesies to my daughter, Caroline. Stand up. She's my intern for the day, and she also came to play in the House versus Senate basketball game tonight. She brought her shoes, she brought her uniform, and one of the things we talk about at home is not quitting and not giving up, not walking away and staying on the field. And so we will be there tonight. I hope you all brought your shoes and your knee braces and everything else because she came to play. So please extend courtesies.
I also want to make an additional courtesy to the 17-year-old from Canby, whose mom told me this morning that she was disappointed that her rep has chosen not to come to work and that she was supposed to job shadow and visit and had to cancel. And I told her mom, and I'm saying this for the record right now, that her capital is open, and I am here, and though I am not her rep, she is welcome to job shadow me anytime. Thank you.
I'd like to extend courtesies to the Moms Demand Action team and the gallery today. These fantastic advocates came here today hoping to hear this legislative body take action on safe storage, an issue near and dear to my heart. Unfortunately, our colleagues are not all here, and so unfortunately we're unable to do that. To everyone whose life has been affected by gun violence, and to all of you who came here today, I'm sorry. Know that we are still here working hard for you. And colleagues, as you see these amazing people in their red t-shirts around the Capitol today, I hope you will welcome them. Thank you.
I'd like to extend courtesies to the advocates for climate change action in the Capitol today. These are folks who took time off work and school and at personal expense to themselves came to their Capitol today and for many years to advocate for legislation that is tremendously important to our state. Sadly, because some of our colleagues decided to walk off their jobs and take a taxpayer-funded vacation, these Oregonians who came to their capital are not able to make their voices heard to everyone. For some of them, their own representatives are not here. I hope you'll join me in welcoming them to the Capitol. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to extend courtesies to all of my colleagues who are here on the floor with me and you today who showed up for work. It's because of all of you that we have passed historic funding for public schools, we've expanded access to health care, and we protected the right of every Oregonian and made progress in our state on affordable housing because we do have an affordable housing crisis in this state. And it's because of all of you that we will tackle, and I mean it, we will tackle climate change and so much more. Like the speaker said, like the singer said, Sam Cooke, it's been a long time coming.